Good morning, everybody. Today is, I believe, the 22nd, 23rd, something like that. I'm waiting for my computer to turn on. 23rd. Today's the 23rd. Okay, what did I do today? I guess the most annoying thing I can talk about today is I went to the gym. You know, it's Monday. And I'm not even kidding you, maybe 10, 15 minutes into my workout, I get a text from my manager saying, "Hey, can you come in today?" And I'm like, crap. Yeah, yes. I thought about how much money that I needed to have and spend in the next little bit, and just, yes, I can come in. I was supposed to be off today, but I ended up not being off. So I went into work. And then after going into work, I kind of just went over to the apartment and just kind of hung out for a little bit. I didn't end up finishing my workout, obviously. I was only in the gym for like I said, like 15, 20 minutes. And then I had to leave, which I'm sure made me look insane because I just showed up and I was like flat dumbbell pressing. And I did maybe 3 or 4 sets of that. And then I just left. So I'm sure I looked ridiculous, but money. money is kind of more important right now. So I went and took care of that. When I went over to the apartment, MJ and I actually went over to Crunch, and we finished, or at least I finished the workout. She's preparing for a performance that she has, so that's what she was up to. Yeah. So that's kind of the whole day. Yeah, it's a little annoying, but money is scarce right now. Like, with all of the things going on, like with the house and the mortgage and the HOA and just general bills that need to get paid, and as well as the same time as, if you've been watching for a little bit, you know that my car has been acting up for a while. It needs new brakes for one, but then it also just doesn't shift sometimes. Like, it gets stuck in park, it gets stuck in drive. I think it's some sort of transmission issue, but I can't buy a new car right now. Like, I just don't have that money, and I don't have that income to support a car note. So I have that I feel really stressed about money because of how tight it is, because I know there's so many things that I need to do, and the answer to all of them is money. And it's hard because, I'm only making, like, my checks are like $400, $500 every 2 weeks. Like, what is that? Like, that was fine when I didn't have responsibilities. I was just eating out once a week. $400, $500 was great because I was able to put it into my savings and put into my, investments. And don't get me wrong, I still have those things, but I would love to not touch them if I can help it, for these specific reasons of, like, these are supposed to be things for emergencies. And I guess in some sense you can call this an emergency, right? But, like, the car drives, it may take me a little bit to get going. But I'm gonna get where I'm going. It just may take me a little bit to start. But yeah, it's getting a little stressful because literally every problem I have can be solved by money, but, like, I can't just make more money magically. And with the way the market is looking, I'm not comfortable just, like, leaving my job, So for right now, we are getting more hours currently, just because we've had a few good, like, sales. So, like, I am getting a little more hours. So, like, maybe this next check will be a little bigger. And like I said, I picked up the shift today, so that's 4 more hours I didn't have before. And I just have to be really strategic with how I'm spending it. But yeah, there's just a lot going on, and all of it has to do with money, and it's a little scary. But I know I'll find a way, and I'll know something will show its head, and something will give. Something has to give, and I know something will. It's just in this little interim section, it's a lot. it's a lot. It's not really much else to talk about besides that. Um, I'm just performing next weekend. Yeah, next Saturday and Sunday. It's a 2-day performance. I haven't spoke about it on the vlog, but like, yeah, that's happening. So she's preparing for that, which is why she hasn't been on the vlog recently. It's just because that's kind of just been her whole life right now is preparing for that performance. But yeah, that's kind of it. Short vlog, but I'm still working through all of these, so the vlogs have to be short because this is another thing that's stressing me out is the fact that we're approaching 2 months 2 months on behind on vlogs, and that's not a comfortable place to be. Oh well, it'll work itself out. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Let's be back tomorrow for something different.